Welcome to my worst audition.
And
Yeah,
he's
okay.
literally doing jokes out of like the old school joke books that your dad would like
Yeah.
have around the house,
Mhm.
like racist and sexist and everything. And they're going ballistic. They're just like, and I was like, that's all? That was what I had to
That's
do?
all I need to do. I know all those jokes. I can be as racist and sexist as anybody. Let's go.
Right, let's do it. I didn't know that was the game plan for today. Oh man! I mean,
Speaking of racism, I know you mentioned something to me in the initial thing we did that we never
Yeah.
ended up using about how you were asked to use the N-word in an audition.
Oh, I
and
forgot about that.
yeah, and I only bring it up because I mentioned it to, I believe, Rob on the very first episode of the show, since I recorded his after I recorded yours.
Right,
and we
right,
couldn't use
right.
yours. And I don't know if you want to touch on it or not,
Yeah,
but I
it's
remember
funny.
you said you had to use like a different word because of
Right.
that.
Well, it was a play, again, a theater play, and it was really out there. It was actually written by a bunch of stand-up comics, and the whole and I ended up seeing it later, and it really was hysterical. But like they were it was like Blazing Saddles, but like by 10, and they knew what they were doing, and it got rave reviews, and it was hysterical. But one of the characters was a white guy, like a southern white guy, and he was required in the show to say the N-word as not saying N-word, the real N-word, you
Yeah,
know?
he has to
So
say
I
it, yeah.
get these sides and I'm like, it wasn't even that I had to say it. It was the scene partner had to also say it too. So I email the woman and I go, I don't mind. I mean, I don't love that I have to be on camera and there's going to be a recording of this, but like, what? I can't have my wife as the reader saying this, right? So she goes, she literally writes me back and says, just have your wife say apples. So I said, okay. So I'm going there and like we're reading the scene and she's like, what's up, apples? And I'm like, what's up, N-word?
That's great.
Hey, apples. It was so awkward. Here's the funniest part. I got a callback for it. So where is the callback? It's in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn, and it's not in a studio. It's literally on like the second floor of a walk-up apartment building, and it's like springtime. So I get up there. The windows are wide open. They're like, okay, let's do a take. I'm like, we're going to need to close those windows before I start screaming that word out. Sorry, not happening. And I ended up
buddy.
not getting it, which was fine because the guy who got it was great. But and it was a great show. But oh my God, can you imagine? I was like, wait, what?